This is one of the most efficient killers in the world. They can run 30 miles in a day, and a pack of them can bring down a wildebeest. This is the African hunting dog. Pete Thompson looks after a pack of 12 African hunting dogs at the park, and he can't fail to be impressed by what amazing killers they are.
They get about 95% of everything they go after, which is quite amazing, really. When you think lions probably get about 30–35%, so these are much more efficient hunters.
The African hunting dog lives in central and southern Africa, where they are found on grassy plains, deserts, and even mountain ranges. The African hunting dog is seriously endangered as it has suffered years of persecution. For many years, it was common practice to shoot these animals on sight in Africa, such was man's hatred of them. Pete's hunting dogs don't get to hunt as they would in the wild, but they certainly haven't lost their killer instinct. And if you have a big lump of meat like that with you, you certainly don't go in alone.
We normally feed them in twos. One guy will come in with his protective rake and just watch what the dog's doing while the other guy drags the carcass in. If you get a group this size have a go at you, yeah, you'd be in big trouble. They'll tear a big carcass apart in a few minutes, really. It's quite impressive watching them.
Impressive indeed, but believe it or not, Pete isn't really a fan of the African hunting dog.
People come in and they're, oh, lovely, lovely dogs, look at their big ears. Yeah, they got big sharp teeth as well, and they're not afraid to use them.
In a few weeks, Pete is sending this group off to another park so that he will have room to breed some more. In the meantime, he needs to encourage them to come through a hatch in the fence to an area where it will be easier to ultimately catch them.
Come on! This really is an exercise of trying to get them in to feed in this area. And they'll be quite suspicious.
It's looking good for Pete. They are coming through to the small enclosure. However, it's not long before they start getting bold. Pete needs all his keeper wits about him.
It's not as dangerous as you think it is. As long as you know what you're doing and you're careful and keep an eye on everything, like dogs coming from behind you. Go on. Go on, back off. Shh. Come on, chicken out.
They might not be his favourite animal, but Pete does respect them.
Occasionally you'll get fights break out, and some of the wounds are incredible. There's one dog in here who had a big puncture wound in the side of her face, and it looked horrendous. And I spotted her just now, and it's just like a little scar. There's hardly anything there now. They just carry on.
But not even that will change Pete's personal view of the African hunting dog.
I find nothing attractive about them at all. I have to look after them, yeah.